HarperCollins presents From Under the Truck, written and read by Josh Brolin. For the whole Brolin clan. Whatever else is unsure in this stinking dunghill of a world, a mother's love is not. James Joyce, A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. You can't ignore the animals in your bones. Glasgow street graffiti. It claws at me with its long, thin nails. I wince as I hear my parents inside the house fighting, but with the whinnying of the horses so loud I can't be sure it's them or the dogs, or the wolves whose cages I'll have to clean soon. Even with the sound of the leaves in the trees, the cold grass on my back, there's the strange feeling that all the oxygen in the world is drifting in a direction away from me. Rain is coming, though. It isn't here yet, but I can feel it coming. (2023) Life with Jane was tumultuous, but I miss it. I'm sitting in a broken-down cafe in the desert, writing. It's hot and uncomfortable. It happens to be the same desert I visited as a child with my mother. Also hot and uncomfortable. I sat beside her time and time again, baking under an unrelenting 115-degree sun. I knew how these things went with her. Lather with oil, get my back, more on my back. Lay back on the plastic lounge chair next to the shuffleboard inlay, Dr. Pepper in her right hand and a burning Cool King in her left, hanging in zero-gravity anticipation. Now bake, a human brownie forgotten, compost in the weight. And her little blonde 8-year-old kid who jumps adobe walls and looks for rattlesnakes on the outskirts of unused parking lots, sits fidgeting, barely able to hold his budding hormones still long enough to have half a conversation. My childhood was on a leash of the whims of my mother. She drove 60,000 miles a year because as a flight attendant, in her early 20s she got bumped around one too many times and was afraid to fly unless she was drunk and it involved some mysterious adventure with sex and a few dinners, usually with the pilot. Otherwise it was always the car, 1978 green Cadillac, mid-80s Grand Cherokee Wagoneer, and a timeless 450 SEL Mercedes-Benz that she crashed at least 7 times. Over the years, those are the 3 I remember barreling down all the highways in. After I jumped back onto the adobe wall, burning myself on the dull shards of glass that were embedded at the top for added security, I would see her from high above, small and dark brown, with heat waves coming off her that would make the palm trees in the background undulate, like looking into a pool after someone had just jumped in. The bullfrog-voiced cheap Texan, who had finally made something of herself out here in California. My mother. She knew everyone and everyone knew her. She was that person who would talk to any Tom, Dick, or Harry at the bar, then be in the kitchen cooking with the chef by closing. Jane was infamous. I and everyone else was just along for the ride. She picked up her Dr. Pepper without opening her eyes, took a sip, and put it back down precisely on the same ring spot it had just been pulled from. Next, the last drag of her menthol stick before she flicked it low and tripping into the pool. "What are you doing?" she asked me. "Nothing, I'm just looking for rattlesnakes. They bite, you know." "I know they do. I was careful and collected them by the tails. I put them all in the car." "No, you didn't." I walked toward our motel room to masturbate. Pushed 2 pillows together. Instant vagina. "It's too hot out here," I said, leaving. "It's never too hot," she retorted. I couldn't see when I walked into the room because the sun had been so bright it melted my corneas. I sat on the bed while the swamp cooler above me spit and clanked. Sweating, I grabbed the 2 pillows on the bed and stood up to go to the bathroom when I heard the door close. "Mom?" And then the sound of retching. "Are you okay?" More retching. "I have heat stroke." More retching. "Can I go get somebody?" "No, I just have to wait it out. You should..."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?